And it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for the Greg Cherry Show. Greg Cherry, Big Baller G, joining you. And I'll be honest, I don't have a damn thing planned. That's a lie. I actually do have a couple things I do want to bring up during the show. But Big Baller G, how you been?
Doing good. So obviously, started at Sheets about a month. Back in May, and now I'm working third shifts. So it's other than that, it's going good. So
yeah, it's I do want to bring this up. I was gonna wait till part way through the show, but I do want to bring this up.
Okay.
Two things actually. First of all, we do have a donation goal for July. I was originally gonna put this at $200, but I knocked it down because we got a bunch of donations on Saturday. So for just $125 over the course of this month, we're going to do a very special spectacular show.
Nice.
What that essentially means is when this show airs, should the goal get hit, that means we are going to do a show that is nothing but spins, no donations needed.
Awesome. Okay.
Show up, the wheel keeps spinning, we keep doing stuff until the show ends. And I kind of want to coincide that with my other announcement, which is this. It came to my attention about a week ago that I have never done an anniversary show for this program.
Okay.
So that being said, I want to do one. And so we are going to do one Wednesday, August 10th.
Nice. Okay.
I think it's the 10th. It might be the 9th. If it's the 9th, I'll change it. But
let's see. Wednesday.
No, it is the 9th. See?
Yeah, the 9th.
Okay. So forget you just saw the last 15 seconds. On Wednesday, August 9th, we're going to do a very special 3-year anniversary show of the Greg Cherry Show. That could very well be the Spectacular.
Yeah, there you go.
We will see. So if you want to hit that donation goal of $125 over the course of the next 3 shows, and we could very possibly have a Spectacular. And Dwayne says, I just got a $2 raise at work. $2 an hour. That's a pretty significant raise, a $2
yeah,
hour.
it is.
It's pretty awesome. So congrats on that. So there you go. Here's the donation link. If you're watching on my channel, it's the pinned comment. It's also in the description of any channel on YouTube, or Twitch, or Facebook, or wherever you're watching this show. So the NFL season's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it.
I'm happy.
I guess I want to ask you, since I did have a couple Steelers fans on the show the other day, on Saturday. I had Kate from Fightful, I had Daisy. What are your thoughts on the Steelers season? Realistic thoughts as we start to move close to the preseason.
I mean, realistically, I think we should do fine. The second half of last season, Kenny Pickett was starting to fire pretty much on all cylinders. He was starting to get into the groove of things. I mean, we got George Pickens. We got Deontay Johnson. I know we picked up a couple I know we got a receiver from a trade. I can't think of his name right now. Defensively, should be fine. We're always fine defensively. Hopefully, TJ Watt stays healthy this year and doesn't get injured. Because you can, it kind of sucks that, you have to rely on one guy just to look at our win-loss record when he isn't playing to when he is playing is really, what the heck? So, I think we should do okay. with the schedule that we have, I could see us making it to the playoffs. Hopefully, actually, like getting a solid seed number and not having to play like in the wild card round and getting knocked out in the first game.
Yeah, that's very frustrating. And if Jeff were here, he would echo that frustration because it seems like it's all the Cowboys do.
Yeah. Hopefully they do something with Matt Canada this year. Hopefully, like he realizes how good of the offense he has to make the good plays and not make these stupid plays like a 4th and 1 and trying to freaking like I don't know. So I don't know. I think we'll do okay.
I hope so. I'm going to say 10-7. I think that's
that's what I see ourselves. I just don't want to go I don't think we're gonna go undefeated because that was so much pressure on us the last time that happened.
You know what? That season was going just fine until
that was COVID. Well, that was during COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was going just fine until Bud Dupree went down, and then the wheels just fell off.
Yeah.
That whole sequence, and I've complained about it on this show many times.
I know. I was there for some of them.
Yeah. I've complained so many times about how the NFL just coddled the Ravens in that situation. They should have forfeited, forcing the Steelers to play on basically 2 short weeks. Really screwed them. But yeah, I was just looking at the depth chart, and you got Deontay Johnson. Calvin Austin is behind Deontay. You got George Pickens, and they have Allen Robinson as the 3rd string wide receiver.
That's what I was thinking of, Allen Robinson, yeah.
Yeah. Who's ahead of Miles Boykin, which, I'm a Notre Dame guy, so seeing Miles Boykin on a roster makes me happy, especially since we got rid of Claypool last year.
I think we got the better deal from the Bears than the Bears did. Nothing against Chase Claypool, but I think, and I know he's one of your guys from Notre Dame, but like I feel like he was too high on his horse, thinking he was like the number 1 receiver. Just and like Antonio Brown thought he was the number 1 receiver. He was.
I thought at times, especially in Claypool's rookie season, that he showed those glimpses. I don't know what happened in years 2 and 3, but his rookie season, he looked like he was going to be the breakout star. Like, he looked better than Deontay.
Yep.
So, did he make some stupid mistakes? Yes. Did he have a little bit of an ego? Yeah. And, he was the lead receiver at Notre Dame the last couple seasons he was there. And that's why I was so excited to bring him in. And then it sucks a lot of times that college doesn't necessarily translate. Success in college doesn't necessarily translate to the NFL. No. And vice versa. Sometimes you don't have success in college, but you do in the NFL. It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, hopefully with Pickens, I mean, it wasn't the best rookie year, but he had a hell of a bunch of good catches. And I think, we got a young quarterback still. We got a young, healthy offense. We picked up a bunch of good players in the draft. So
all right.
I think we'll do just fine.
Let's kick off this journey to the Spectacular. Dwayne has already gotten us 20% of our goal. Donate $25. So appreciate it, Dwayne. You're going to get yourself a couple spins because you know how this works. Not his first one.
Whee!
This thing doesn't have steering on it. Otherwise, it's just kind of chaotic. I have to work out and taking my socks off. And let's go on to the show. So, Dwayne, that's up to you.
Okay.
Or take another spin. Honestly, if it lands on entrance, I'll get socks off too. Ooh! Oh, karaoke. We haven't done that in a hot minute.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So I don't have to do anything physical. Yes.
He's like, yeah.
Oh, forgot to switch the logo. All right.
Oh, he said take another spin.
Of course he did.
So we get karaoke and something else then.
Yeah, karaoke and something else.
What should we call all the show again?
If it's going to the show again, I'm just going to spin again. And 20 squats. All right. Socks off. If you hate Roman, socks off. If you hate Roman, socks off. A little money in the bank check there. All right. All right. So now I'm going to have to pick a karaoke song, too, after I work out. So I'm going to be gasped. Unless you want to grace us with a song, Big G.
I don't know. Let's see. I have to think of something. Let me. I'll let you find a song. I'm sure you'll find something.
Okay. I'm going to hit the Body Donna's theme first.
All right.
And then 20 squats, and then we'll hit the karaoke. So we'll figure out something easy. Got the old Fightful shirt going. All right. Been doing yard work all day. Let's do some squats.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. There we go.
Cool. Good enough for me. Anthony's saying bend down lower. You bend down lower. I'm old. My knees hurt. All right. So karaoke. I'm sure I got some good ones. Where's my playlist? There we go. Karaoke songs. So how do you think the rest of the AFC North is going to do?
Well, the Browns probably going to suck. I think that between us and the Bengals, I think we'll have a good year. I think the Ravens, I mean, they re-signed Lamar Jackson finally.
Yeah.
I mean, if Lamar Jackson gets hurt again this season, then I think he'll be done. And I think the Ravens will be done because the Ravens haven't done that well in the past couple of years. It's been mainly the Bengals that have stepped up their game ever since they got Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
So
the Ravens a couple seasons ago were last.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like after Lamar's like first couple seasons, like they haven't done diddly squat since. So we'll see. I mean, it'll be an interesting season. So
Dwayne is requesting that I sing the theme of The Elite. So
Carry On My Wayward Son. That's actually one of my favorite songs.
So I will try because I do not have that high of a voice. So this is going to suck for the record. But we'll do it anyway because it's entertaining.
Let me pull up the lyrics.
I always wonder if anybody just walks in when I'm doing one of these spins and be like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Right.
All right. Oops. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. And now it's just like 53 seconds of music, so that's fun. There goes my monetization. Hey, you use this. It's the karaoke version. Relax. I'm fine. I'm trying to talk over it like it's not going to freaking...
So you don't get monetized.
Yeah. But I'm failing at that miserably. It's a good song, though. I like this.
It is.
Once I rose up the confusion, just
to get against behind this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming, and I can hear them say,
carry
on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
That song is way too high for me. If I was a tenor, I wouldn't have a problem with any of this. Masquerading as a man
with a reason.
My charade is the event
of the season.
If I claim to be
a wise man,
show me instead I
don't know.
On the stormy sea of
blue emotion. Talks about him like a ship on the ocean. Those winds of fortune, but I'm able to say,
carry on, son. There'll be peace when you are done.
You will we have to rest. Don't you cry no more, no.
Oh, good. Another minute. I can take a break from my voice. Sweet. So, yeah, we are partway to the goal. We're at $25 of the $125. So I'm really excited about that. I think doing a spintacular and just doing spins the entire show, bring people in. It's like if you've never watched before,
right?
Ridiculous stuff. I will be exhausted, guaranteed by the end of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But maybe I'll sweat myself out and lose 10 pounds. Who knows? Twain said he originally suggested Glorious Domination. I didn't see that, but maybe another time. Maybe if another spin hits, I'll do Glorious. Fortunately, the lyrics to that one aren't hard because it just loops the chorus over and over.
Yeah.
Carry on, you will always remember.
Carry on, nothing equals wonder. Your heart's no longer empty. Surely heaven will wait for you. Carry on my way, son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest.
Don't you cry no more. If I do this way, I'll do this way now. I've been watching AEW for the longest time, and I keep forgetting which one. I think Nick is the one with the blonde hair, Matt's the one with the dark hair.
Yeah, Nick usually.
So bad. Got it. I forgot the No More. What's that's the whole song. I forgot the last part. Whoops.
My cousin's best
Right,
friend.
before we lose any more monetization on the show. There you go.
Interesting.
Shane Pinson saying friend was on tour with Kansas for a while doing their. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My wife went to the Ed Sheeran concert in Pittsburgh this past weekend.
Okay.
Really why I did the Greg Cherry show on Saturday, because I was like, she's leaving at like 1 o'clock. I'm going to be bored out of my mind. I'm going to do a special show. So it wasn't for like the gimmicks of doing the pies and all that stuff. It was just, hey, I'm going to be bored. I think it'd be fun to do. And I got Kate on the show for the first time. So that was
Well, there you go.
So there you go. Let me update the graphic. And there you go. It didn't update. Can you StreamYard? There you go.
There you go. Is that when you get hit in the face with it?
Is that when he got hit in the face with the beer bottle? I didn't hear that. I'm sure Jem would have brought that up to me, but I did not hear about that. But yeah, keep throwing stuff at these concert performers. I'm like, what is your problem? You trying to injure them to go viral? That's really stupid.
That's crazy.
What was it? Like, BB Rexa, is that her name? She got hit in the eye with a cell phone. It's like freaking bricks.
Oh my god, what the heck, people? People are crazy.
People are nuts. Yeah, I don't think it was the Pittsburgh show.
That's crazy though.
Wanted to see the Eagles in November here in Atlanta, but $150 for nosebleed seats. No thank. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's probably what. Speaking of the Eagles, that's probably what I'm going to be looking for in Philadelphia in April. $150 for nosebleed seats. But I'll tell you what, like we had seats pretty high up for WrestleMania back in 2012, and they weren't bad. Like we watched some of the show on the Jumbotron, but like the atmosphere was really what drug us in.
Right.
Unless you're in like those first couple levels, you're not going to see the ring incredibly clearly. But where we were sitting, we were not behind the palm trees. So at one point, the palm trees were not blocking our view. I would have been pissed if I was one of those people. I think the year after in New York wasn't any better. Are y'all going to SummerSlam? No.
No. And we plan on going to WrestleMania, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's not that far of a drive for you.
No, I think that's really like a 2.5 hour drive. Thank you, Colleen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told her as long I don't care where we sit, it's the atmosphere that is like, and I mean like, you know, WrestleMania last time they came to Philly was at WrestleMania 15, and that was back in '99. So like, you know, if I don't take the opportunity now, I might not ever have that opportunity again. So
yeah, I mean when it's right in your backyard. Basically,
right.
Like when we went to Miami, we drove from Oil City all the way to Miami, and that is probably without stops, a 20-hour drive.
Oof.
We made it. It took us about 23 on our way back because we just powered through. We had like a couple meals. Like we had one meal. I think we had another meal to go or something. Stop for bathroom stops and gas, and that was it. We booked it home. So yeah, it's Mania in Philly is going to be an experience, especially because it's going to. I feel like it's going to be very different this time. Jen's not going with me. She's already told me.
Okay.
So I'm probably bringing T-Fame, Travis, which is the other person we went with in Plan. But also the fact that we now know a bunch more Wrestling Mania people, I feel like that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Shane says, I was at WrestleMania 27 here in Atlanta and was 7 rows down from the top. It was $75, but I should have took the $115 ticket on the floor next to the entrance. Dude, if it's just $40 more to get on the floor, take that and run. How? 115? That can't be right.
No. Yo, $115. I was like, he got it from like I don't know. That's
you either have a really nice friend or like somebody have no idea how to resell a ticket.
Yeah.
If you're looking at least the 4 digits for floor seats at Mania.
Yeah.
He's late. What was the announcement? Well, it was kind of twofold. The first announcement was our July donation goal. We're trying to do a special Spectacular show in August. And if we reach that goal, we're going to be celebrating our first ever anniversary show, despite it being, the 3rd year that we're doing the show. We're doing a very special anniversary show on Wednesday, August 9th. I am planning on getting some big name guests for that show. To be determined, because I haven't asked anybody yet. But rest assured, I am going to do whatever I can to get some of these big name guests on the show. So yeah, we are a 5th of the way there, which thank you very much, Dwayne, for that. WrestleMania is definitely a fun experience. I've only ever been to the one, so I'm really looking forward to going to Philadelphia.
So I got from Ticketmaster the day of the event. Holy shit. A $75 ticket on the day of the event. Wow.
I don't have the patience to, I try and buy tickets as early as I possibly can. For Mania 28, I think we were still pretty high up, but we spent about $55 a ticket for all 3 of us.
You said $55 a ticket?
Give or take. I think it was around. Not bad. Not the best, but, we're at WrestleMania, so it doesn't really matter. It's going to be very different, though, in Philadelphia, because it's like, yeah, it'll be light out, but then it'll be Pennsylvania in early April. So can you imagine if it snowed?
Oh, my God. That'd be so funny.
It's like, okay, we're watching WrestleMania, and we all got parkas on. That's... Although, does Philadelphia have a retractable roof? I think I've asked this, and I've looked it up.
I'm not too sure. Let me see. Let me find out.
Because if they have a retractable roof, it's not going to be an issue. I know when we went to Miami, there was no roof. It was open, but the weather was nice, so it didn't matter. Anthony says, green shirt guy, always front row, right in the middle, ringside. I swear he freaking works for them. Like, there's no... I don't know what he possibly does for a living to afford all of those, PLE or pay-per-view or whatever you want to call them tickets. He's got to work for them. I don't understand unless he hit the lottery and all he does is travel with the WWE.
It doesn't look like they have a retractable roof, so
Weather's going to be fun in Philadelphia.
Oh my god! Because that's what the first week of April.
I believe so.
Snowmania.
Yeah. Snowmania's running wild, brother.
I feel like I know it's an early prediction, but at this point, I think that's where Roman's going to lose the title at WrestleMania 40.
I hope so. Like, that would be cool to be there for that moment. There's really no point in him losing it before then.
No.
And if Roman loses the title, I think he takes like a year off.
Yeah.
Not that he works on the shows anyway, but like I think his character needs like a year off.
Yeah. Because he's going to be at SummerSlam for sure. I don't think he's going to be at Payback.
Probably not.
I don't think he's going to be at Fastlane. I'm sure he'll be at Survivor Series and the Rumble, like the big shows.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's probably accurate. Yeah, so I know Payback is supposed to be in Pittsburgh. I don't think I'm going to be going.
Yeah, I was telling my wife that because that's like the weekend of like our anniversary.
Right.
And well, she's like, well, if we're doing Manias, I mean, because, you know, so I was like, well, yeah, we need to start saving. I mean, we're saving money up, but I was like, she's like, we just need to focus on WrestleMania. So I was like, yeah.
It's kind of the same way we thought about it. Or the same way I thought. Because as nice as it would be to go to another, Pittsburgh hasn't had a pay-per-view show 2018, and probably the countdown during the Iron Man match is why. Shane says, sorry, I love WWE, but no way I'm paying however much it is for ringside seats, unless I get to jump and fight Roman or have Kayla Braxton sit in my lap, so that isn't happening. I mean, I feel like you'd have to pay extra to have Kayla Braxton sit in your lap, you know.
Yeah. I think the only time we sat ringside, well, not really, it was on the floor, but that was at the AEW show in Pittsburgh a couple of years ago. The one that you were there.
Yep. And that was the first time Punk had been back in Pittsburgh since the Rumble.
Yeah.
The last WWE show he was at. I guess I should say the last WWE show he performed, because he walked out. Which, who doesn't walk out of Cleveland? Yeah, I'm thinking if it were a different story and I had like a decent paying job, or a job at all, then, and I don't want to complain about that on air. Like if that was the case, I might consider going to Payback, but
right. Well, the funny thing is, they're gonna be SmackDown's gonna be at the Giant Center the day before. So, but I was like, we just went to Raw, and the seats aren't. They're not fat friendly.
Yeah.
So it's hard for my wife because she wanted it. She came with, and it was just uncomfortable. So she literally just sat. She didn't go outside the arena, but she literally sat like outside, just on a bench, just like chilling and stuff like that. And I was like, oh. So I was like, if I do go, I'd probably be by myself. But I was like, I mean, it's SmackDown, so.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time I've been to a WWE TV taping.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're starting to do more at the Giant Center in Hershey. I was like, okay. I'm down with that.
Let's see. Green shirt guys saying he spent over $8,000 for Mania 28.
Well, the one up above, he said he is a professional gambler. Jesus.
I mean, he must make some pretty good money. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Because he was just in London for Money in the Bank, too.
Yep.
I was like, what the heck?
I was like,
this dude's got some money.
Yeah. He must have won, like, the World Series of Poker and, like, invested or something, and
He
you
must
got
have.
a constant flow of income to afford all that stuff. There's no possible way that you can just be coasting on money. Like, you've got to have money continually rolling in to afford all these trips. It's absurd. He was probably in Puerto Rico too for.
I think so. Yeah. Does he go? I can't remember. Does he go? He goes to AEW shows too. I think.
Does he? Oh my gosh!
I think I've seen him at a couple AEW shows. I'm not 100% sure.
I bet you he has a bunch of travel miles though.
Yeah.
So he's probably gotten a few free flights out of all of those. Nuts. My first live wrestling event was in 1980. I was 8 years old. My ticket was like $3 at the Omni in Atlanta. It was a crazy night. My show, I thought my first show was a house show in Pittsburgh. I could have sworn, and then I looked at cards recently because I was curious which show it was like. And then I was thinking to myself, wait a minute. Was my first show SummerSlam? I think SummerSlam 1995 was my first show ever.
Okay.
I could have sworn it was a house show, and like I felt like I've been lying to myself for years. And then I looked up the cards. I was like, I'm pretty sure SummerSlam 1995 was my first show ever.
Mine was back in Germany, like in 2006 at a house show when they were doing their European tour. So,
oh, there you go.
That's when like DX had just like reformed and stuff like that. So,
oh, so it wasn't the show that JBL did the goose walk, or the goose step, I guess. Because he got a ton of shit for that.
Yeah.
I mean, as he should, quite frankly. Daniel saying the only way we get ringside seats for a wrestling event is if I won them from a radio station. You and me both, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. And even then, from a radio station, I don't even think they do ringside seats. I think they just give you like.
They might give you like 100 level seats or something.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they pay for the ringside seats. That's probably too much for them. All right, what else we got here?
I think he's based out of.
I'm gonna throw this back up here because I am excited about that. We got a couple more weeks on that.
Yeah.
Get to the Spectacular. Like I said, I was gonna do 200, but it's like I just got 75 on Saturday. I'm not gonna offer to try and get 200. That's absurd. So I'm excited about that because the Spectacular is going to be something pretty awesome.
It's be a fun show, yeah.
I'll try and get as many people on that as I possibly can. I did hear back from Sean shortly after I went off the air, and he had apologized to me because he couldn't make it because he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Sean was one of the people I had planned to get on to the show. I am going to try to get him for the anniversary, see if he can make a pop in or something. Okay. And that's not like guaranteeing anything. It's just, hey, reaching out or whatever. The main event was Dusty Rhodes and Ole Anderson versus the Assassins with two refs, Gene Anderson and Ivan Koloff. And Ole turned on Dusty in the cage, and all five guys started beating the hell out of Dusty.
He said it was 1980, he said?
1980, yeah.
So was that NWA?
It would have had to have been, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, because... That's crazy that he remembered it, or he just must have looked it online.
I mean, for me, SummerSlam's an easy one to remember. Like, if you ask me, like, what a house show main event was that I went to in '96, maybe Taker Mankind.
That would seem about right during that time.
Been what my first house show was. My first Raw, like, televised main event was Bret Hart against the Patriot in '96. because that was leading up to that year's SummerSlam, where Bret Hart was a heel and he beat Taker thanks to Shawn.
Okay.
Speaking of 97, my first show was 97 when Shawn super kicked Bret Hart when he stood out of the wheelchair. Classic moment.
Yeah.
You'd like to do something, but you don't have the insides to do it. And then Shawn kicked him in the face.
I remember that.
And Shane did confirm, it was the NWA.
Okay, I figured. I was like, I was like, that sounds about right at that time.
Yeah. The only time I ever remember the NWA championship being defended at an event I was at was in 2009. And it was Adam Pearce against Corey Graves. That was the NWA title match.
Oh, okay.
It was a good match. It might be one of the best indie matches I've ever seen live, I guess I should say. But I really enjoyed that. I was pulling for Graves, being a Pittsburgh guy. Didn't happen. Pierce retained. It's fine. That match caused a small riot. Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah,
I fully believe it. Surprised there weren't more horsemen involved.
Yeah.
I mean, Ole was there, but
right. Because you figure Dusty, you figure the Four Horsemen.
Fun fact: when I went to the Hall of Fame the year I went to WrestleMania, Dusty inducted the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
They did not bring up Benoit though, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
It was before.
Okay.
Yeah, because I guess Flair was an NWA champion by that time. I guess he didn't win until 81.
Yeah.
So, but man, Ole and Dusty go pretty far back. All right. So, I mean, we brought up the AFC North. Who do you think is? I'm going to do way too early predictions. Super Bowl match.
Oh my God! All right, who?
Last year it was the Chiefs and the Eagles.
And the Chiefs won. Okay, that's right.
And the Chiefs won.
That's right, because I kind of rooted for the Chiefs to beat the Eagles.
It was kind of questionable how they won, but
Yeah, poor. Oh, God. Now Juju's playing for the Patriots. Oh my God. Anyways, I'm trying to think. I know it's not gonna be the Steelers.
Listen, I would love for the Steelers to.
I would too, but I'm trying to
There needs to be some shenanigans happening in the NFL with the Chiefs. And like Mahomes would have to go down for the season in week 3.
Yeah.
For the Chiefs to not even have a shot. And even with the stacked team that they got, it'd be hard to keep them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick against the Chiefs. The Buffalo Bills seem like a sentimental favorite.
Yeah.
But they got to clean up some of their games because that loss to Cincinnati was brutal in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely brutal.
I'm trying to think NFC teams besides the Eagles. That's all I can think of.
I mean, the Eagles might go back. It's very possible we could get.
Oh my God! I hope not.
I
do not want it to be a rematch from last year. I do not want it to be Chiefs and Eagles because I would just turn it off.
Listen,
I wouldn't watch.
As long as the Patriots don't make it, I don't care.
Yeah. Oh my God! I don't know. I would go with the Bills and oh my God, Bills. I don't want to say the Buccaneers because they don't have Brady anymore.
No, they have
They have Mayfield.
They have Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go with the Bills and the Seahawks. Just a random.
Okay. I mean, the Seahawks were kind of surprising last year.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Apparently, the Buccaneers, like for one of their games, they're bringing back that creamsicle jersey.
I saw that.
I was like, oh. I was like, wow.
Well, I feel like the AFC, the Chiefs, you know, like I can't see anybody right now. Mahomes is just too good.
Yeah.
And it's annoying. Why are all the like star quarterbacks coming out of the AFC? Like, just give one to the NFC for a little bit, so the Steelers have a chance to win the AFC.
Right.
If the Steelers' defense could stop people more frequently, like I'm not a massive fan of Keith Butler, defensive coordinator.
Right.
He's got the talent to have a good unit. I mean, he's got TJ, got Cam Hayward, he's got Minka Fitzpatrick, he's got Highsmith. Like you got so many guys on that defense that are playmakers.
Yeah.
It's just mind-numbing that
I know.
solid.
I know.
Like Dick LeBeau would shake his head. Like he would kill for that defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look because I feel like, you know who I would like to see come out of the NFC and win? I don't think either of them will,
Okay.
but I would like either the Lions or the Vikings in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? The Lions surprisingly had a good season last year.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen. Minnesota did very well and then, choked out in the first round.
Yeah. And I think the Lions were close to making it too.
I think the Lions had a better record than the Packers, but the Lions knocked the Packers out of the playoffs or something.
Yeah.
But if we needed a bunch of things to happen, I don't think that was one of them because it wouldn't have affected us anyway.
No, oh my god, I remember it. We had one or two things. I think the Dolphins were supposed to lose and they didn't. And the other team that needed to lose lost, but the Dolphins didn't lose.
Yeah. The Dolphins almost lost, though. They were terrible.
Because it was like a field goal game. I think it was like 9-3 or like something like that.
Like 9-3 or 9-6 or something like that.
Yeah. And I was like, really? I can't remember who the Dolphins played. But I was like, really? They couldn't get the job done.
Feel like it was the Jets.
It was the Jets. It was the Jets. Yep, I remember now.
You know what? Pittsburgh really needs to lay off needing 5 or 6 teams to win in the last week to get into the playoffs. Just go like 12-5 and make yourself, okay? Quit relying on people because
I know
half of the season.
I was like, we haven't. I think every time we've made it to the playoffs in the past couple times, it was always relying on other teams to do the job for us.
Well, what was it? It was it was the Raiders and who was it? Was it the Raiders and the Chargers played each other on Sunday Night Football? And if they tied, both of them would go to the playoffs and the Steelers would be out.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And that game went to overtime and ended on a last-second field goal.
I remember that, yeah.
I'm like, why, as a Steelers fan, can I just not enjoy anything? Like, why do I have to have my heart in my throat?
I'm telling you, dude, every single year with the Steelers, they always give us a heart attack. There's like I would like not that or the edge of the seat. I wish wrestling would like be that like that again, where it would have you at the edge of the seat, making you want more. But like, I don't know.
Course, because he beat Notre Dame in the ACC championship. Okay, so you can have your Steezy Trav all you want. I mean, if the Jags made the Super Bowl, it wouldn't be the worst thing, but it's like, I don't need that. Don't need that kind of negativity in my life. And what about Daddy Magic? What did I miss?
I don't know. I don't think anything about Daddy Magic. Oh, Chiefs versus Cowboys, maybe?
Here's the thing. I never like to pick the Cowboys to go any further than the first one. Because they don't.
They shoot themselves in the foot.
They do. They pull a freaking... They pull a Plaxico Burress and they shoot themselves in the foot. So I can't pick the Cowboys. Like I said, maybe the Vikings, if they continue their momentum from last season, even though they won a ton of one-score games.
Yeah.
I really don't know who else out of the NFC can step up. Because the Rams got awful after losing they won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and they just had a god-awful season last year.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to pick. The 49ers might be another team to look out for.
Yeah, because they have Brock Purdy, don't they?
Yeah, they have Brock Purdy. So that's very possible.
Where did Derek Carr go to?
I know he left the Raiders. I don't remember where he went to. Give me a second.
Oh.
Derek Carr. This is why we need Jared Bailey on here. He's on top of all things NFL. He's with the Saints now, so maybe the Saints have a chance.
Okay, there you go.
I wasn't sure what the Saints were doing. But yeah, I'm going to say Chiefs 49ers for the Super Bowl, the Joe Montana special.
Okay. It sure as hell won't be the Jets, even though they got Aaron Rodgers.
I'm very interested to see what the Jets do. I'm thinking a ceiling of 8 wins. And that's being kind.
Yeah.
It's like you can have Aaron Rodgers all you want, but you also have twilight of his career Aaron Rodgers. You don't have Super Bowl 45 winning quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
No.
So take that for what you will. All right. I typically go to 8 o'clock, but I'm going to end the show a little early so everybody can get AEW Dynamite. Thank you again, Dwayne, for the donation. We are $100 away from the July donation goal, which you can tune in next week or the week after. Or if you want to, the Streamlabs link works 24/7. So if you want to send something in towards that, feel free, because the link doesn't change week to week. So if you want to send that in, it just comes straight to me. I'll do your spins retroactively on air. I don't have a problem.
No. Well, I'm always off Wednesdays now, so if you ever need me to come on or if I feel like jumping in, I'll be in.
Well, there you go. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much, Big G, for being on. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and go enjoy Dynamite. And we will see you next week here on the Greg Cherry Show. Don't be a jag. Have a good night.